How is Ursaluna not OU? The thing's an absolute monster. It's bulky, it hits like a truck. There's not a lot that's going to stop it, especially with Aurora support. Can we beat this absolute unit? How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we're in a battle versus Chris, aka Cloud, from the Discord server in the OU tier. Looking at the team, they've got some threats. The Ursaluna is a big threat. Dragapult is hard to deal with. They've got the Alolan Ninetales for Light Screen and Reflect support, or Aurora Veil. Greninja could be a threat if it's Battle Bond, especially. I think we might want to lead off with Lycanroc and get them Stealth Rocks up, but at the same time, they have Great Tusk with the Rapid Spin, and they also have, potentially, Cinderace with Court Change. So, do we want to do that, really? I don't think I do. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to expect the Ninetales lead and lead with the Infernape, and then if they go into, if they lead with Greninja, we'll just switch out and do something else. So, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And the battle begins. Good luck, have fun, Cloud. So, they're going to lead off with Greninja, as they probably expected us to lead with the Infernape. So, that is unfortunate that we have got the wrong lead. We could Vacuum Wave this thing into Oblivion right now, but I feel like that won't KO. So, I'm going to go ahead and switch out. I'm going to switch out into Hatterene, because I feel like they're just going to... No, I'm not going to switch. I'm going to switch out into Decidueye. Decidueye can definitely take a Surf or a Dark Pulse, no problem. If they predict the switch and go for an Ice Beam right now, then fair enough. That's not on me. I don't think they will, though. They go for a Water Shuriken, which might have actually KO'd my Infernape, plus Vacuum Wave would have gotten out prioritized. So, they hit us 2 times, confirming they are not loaded dice. They are Life Orb, which is good to note. Now I get a free attack off on whatever I want, and I'm looking at their team and I'm thinking, you know what, Triple Arrows actually hurts their team pretty well. So I'm going to go for a Triple Arrows real quick. Also, it's good to note that they didn't have Protean, which tells me they are a Battle Bond Greninja, so we need to be careful that we don't let it get a KO. So in comes Cinderace. Cinderace is not going to appreciate Triple Arrows. It definitely won't KO, but I mean, it's got a high critical hit ratio, so it might. But no, it's got a potential to have 3 stats afflictions. Lowering defense, critical hit, and something else. I can't remember what the other one is. So, knowing that this thing's going to go straight for a Pyroball or something like that, I am going to switch out. I'm going to go into my... I'm thinking Gyarados. I think Gyarados could be good here. Gyarados actually looks like it'll have a pretty good time against the team, though. That's the thing. I think I will go Gyarados just because it can take a Pyroball really well. They probably go for a U-turn anyway, expecting the switch. So, in comes Gyarados. Nice and shiny. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So, anyway... They go for a U-turn as expected, but we did get some nice damage off on the Cinderace before it switched out. We got 50% damage from the Triple Arrows, and they are Life Orb as well. So Life Orb on the Cinderace and the Greninja. So if we can get Stealth Rocks up, they'll be good there. They'll be there for a while. In comes Ninetales. This thing threatens my Gyarados big time, thanks to its move Freeze Dry, which is obviously super effective against Water type Pokemon, and being a Water and Flying type Pokemon, it's 4 times super effective. So got to be careful here with what we do. They probably go for the likes of the screens, the Aurora Veil or something along those lines. So I think I get a free switch here. So I'm going to go into Infernape. There we go, withdrawing my Gyarados. I'm going to go into my Infernape because I'm fully expecting them to go for an Aurora Veil here. And then we can just fire off a Fire Blast or an Overheat, whichever one it is I've got. I can't remember now. They did go for an Aurora Veil, expecting the switch, which is fair enough. Very fair enough. Now, we just go for an Overheat, right? I'm looking at their team and I'm thinking Overheat does pretty well here, except for the Dragapult. So I might do that. I also might not. I think they're going to go Dragapult. Dragapult walls Infernape to hell and back. So I think we might be better off going into Decidueye right now. I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm going to go Decidueye expecting the Dragapult. So there we go, I'm going to withdraw my Infernape. We did go first, which tells me they might have actually attacked us right now. If they go for a Moonblast, it's going to sting. I really thought they would just switch out, but they don't. They go straight for a Moonblast on the Infernape, which wasn't obviously the Infernape in this instance. And they do get the attack off on the Decidueye. So we could Tera here. We definitely could Tera here, but I'm leaning more towards the Infernape coming back in, but... we might have to lose the Decidueye here. We just might have to lose the Decidueye. I think I'm going to go for a Defog. I think we can live one more Moonblast and go for a Defog, get rid of that Aurora Veil. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. But they do go for another Moonblast. They have no reason not to. And it does KO Decidueye. So Decidueye is gone. I couldn't just switch back into Infernape because Infernape would have taken unnecessary damage. And that's the last thing we need. So I'm going to go back into Infernape now. I really thought they would switch the Ninetales out in the face of an Infernape. I really thought they would. but I guess not, so I'm going to go for that overheat right now. They go for a Moonblast, they're staying in, and that's going to do over half. No special attack drop, which means its overheat is full power, as it doesn't even get the KO thanks to the Aurora Veil, so that is really unfortunate. The snow has stopped though, which is good to note. So what we could do here is, we could go for another overheat. I'm going to go for another overheat. So they go for another Moonblast, that's going to KO us. Unfortunately, Infernape does go down. So we lost Infernape and Decidueye to the Ninetales. That's really unfortunate. I wasn't expecting them to just stay in like they have done. Which is, you know, unfortunate, but whatever. Let's go into Lycanroc. Lycanroc can definitely finish this thing off, hopefully, with a Stellar Rock. That's exactly what I'm going to go for. Hopefully, we do get the KO. That'd be nice. If they do withdraw, they are withdrawing into the Great Tusk, I'm just guessing, or the Ursaluna. Ursaluna comes in. So Ursaluna is in. It's a big threat, but we have our Focus Sash intact, so I'm not too worried. That's going to do diddly squat. They get the burn. So, what we can do here is, we can Endeavor this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my Stealth Rocks first. Stealth Rocks first, let them attack my Lycanroc, get it right down to its Sash. Then we just go for... Oh, they're going to Terror as well? What Terror are they? Are they Terror Ghost? If they're Terror Ghost, the Endeavor plan's not going to work. That's for sure. They are Terror Ghost, so we can't go for the Endeavor plan. So Stealth Rocks are going to have to come up, which is great and all. But the Ursaluna is now a big threat. So we go for a Stealth Rocks. They probably... I think what we need to do is we need to switch Lycanroc out after this attack. Facade. That's going to sting. Takes us right down to our Sash. Okay, so Lycanroc's Sash is there. They haven't got Stealth Rocks on their team unless the Great Tusk has it. So we can still use this for later. We can definitely still use this for later. And we could just... What do we want to switch in here? Probably nothing. Absolutely nothing to switch in here. Hatterene isn't doing much for us, I don't think. Hatterene could actually do some work if we can get the Calm Mind off. I think our best bet is to sack Gyarados, so I'm going to do that. We can leave the Lycanroc for later, because having that Endeavor is going to be really useful against the Great Tusk. Because Great Tusk is a hard Pokemon to beat. So we'll go into Gyarados, we'll sack it off real quick. There we go. They go for a Facade. It's obviously going to do massive damage. Destroys my Gyarados' life. Can we still pull this back, though? Because it's looking like a 6-0 victory to my opponent at the moment. It's really looking like a 6-0 victory to my opponent. But we still have a Hydreigon in the back. And the Aurora Veil has just wore off. So I think Hydreigon is your time to shine. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. There's no way they stay in here. But I'm going to stay in and go for the Dark Pulse anyway. Because their best switching is probably going to be Greninja or the Great Tusk or something like that. So I'm going to go for a Dark Pulse. They do withdraw the Ursaluna, which is fair enough. Absolutely fair enough. They're going to go into the Great Tusk, which is also fair enough. So it's nice and shiny as well. Gotta love it. So nice and shiny Great Tusk. We go for a Dark Pulse. And it does a lot of damage, to be fair. It was a crit. That makes sense. So, right. Let's go into Hatterene now. And this is the only way I can think of doing this. So we'll go Hatterene. And hopefully Hatterene has what it takes to take a hit from this Great Tusk. And maybe we can go for a Calm Mind. Something along those lines. So there we go. They go for a Rapid Spin, though, which is unfortunately going to be bad for us. Very bad for us, as it does get rid of the Stealth Rocks. They can't go for their own Stealth Rocks, at least, because Hatterene's Magic Bounce. So Hatterene could pull this back for us, potentially. But it really depends on a lot of factors. So I might have to just go for the Calm Mind Agility strats. I think I'll go for the Agility now. They go for a knockoff, which is going to knock off our item, which is the Leftovers, so that's unfortunate. But we do get an agility boost right now, which is going to be amazing, so that's great. What I'm going to have to do now is, and now we outspeed the Ursaluna, that's the main drawback I'm taking from this. So let's go for a Draining Kiss to take out this Great Tusk. They go for an EQ. It's going to sting. It's really going to sting. But Draining Kiss should finish off the Great Tusk from there, and then we're going to get some nice health back. So we actually made a KO. That's great. Cloud's a very tough battler to go against. And, you know, I normally lose against Cloud. Ninetales comes in. So Ninetales is in, here to stay, gets the snow up and all that wonderful stuff. They probably go for an Aurora Veil here, so I'm going to take this time to go for a Calm Mind, as there's the Aurora Veil up. It's going to definitely help their team resist my attacks. But if I can get enough Calm Minds up here, we actually might be golden. So they can't Hypnosis us, they can't Encore us, nothing like that. They just have to attack with this thing. But luckily, we're getting up some... let's go for another Calm Mind. They go for a Moonblast. It's going to sting. A little bit, stings a little bit. We go for a Carmine though. And now we've got 6 stat boosts, and we should be able to finish this thing off with restored power. Should be able to finish this off with restored power. But I'm more inclined to go for Draining Kiss to get some health back. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So they go for a Moonblast, which is going to sting a little bit. It lowers our special attack, which is unfortunate. But we do get the Draining Kiss off, which doesn't even KO the Ninetales. That's just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. What is this game? What is this game? What is this game? Let's go for a Draining Kiss once again. They go for the Moonblast. That's obviously going to do a lot of damage. No special attack drop, which is nice. And we can finish this thing off with a Draining Kiss. There we go. So Hatterene gets the KO on the Ninetales. And gets a little bit of health back as well. It is unfortunate that we lost the leftovers, but it is what it is at the end of the day. Cinderace is coming in. So Cinderace is obviously a big threat here. We do have an agility up, but it still doesn't mean nothing to Cinderace. So I'm going to go for that stored power just in case we do live. But we definitely don't live a stab U-turn from this thing. So there we go. There's the U-turn. Takes out Hatterene, Blair over here. And now we're a bit boned, to be honest with you. I mean, no. To be fair, the Greninja, we've still got Lycanroc in the back. I think what we're going to have to do here is, so Ursaluna comes in. We have to go into our Hydreigon right now. Hydreigon has to come in. Hydreigon could pull this back, but like the Aurora Veil is up, so I'm not banking on the Dark Pulse KOing this Ursaluna by any means. But I'm still going to go for it anyway. So there we go. In comes the Hydreigon. Nice and shiny. Gotta love it. We just go for a Dark Pulse, and hopefully we get the KO here. I don't think we do, though, because of the Aurora Veil. Yeah, we don't get the KO. We could flinch. They go for a Facade. No flinches happening today. Not like the last game, and that's going to take out Hydreigon. So with Hydreigon out of the way, Lycanroc is left all by its lonesome, which is unfortunate. If they hadn't Terra Ghosted this thing, we might actually be alright. So we'll go Lycanroc anyway. And we have got Terra Ghost, so I could Terra Ghost on this thing and get 2 Accelerox off, which could be nice, but at the same time the Aurora Veil's up, so it's not going to KO. But let's just go for it anyway. Let's just try it. And watch them not go for Facade here. Watch them go for a Headlong Rush. That's like the main thing I'm thinking here. So there we go. We're going to go ahead and Terra Ghost. I didn't really have any good Terras for this game. I really didn't have any good Terras for this game. So we go for an Accelerock. And we get a critical hit, which is nice. They go for a Headlong Rush. Of course they went for it. The one time they don't click Facade is when we Terra Ghost. And that's going to be the game. So GG Cloud is a nice 4-0 victory in my opponent's behalf. Very good player Cloud is. Really a really fun game, to be honest with you. But anyway, here is the team. If you want to try it out, use the code at the top right corner of the screen. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.